Gender, social construct in reality, because it shapes that one sex should follow certain rules and regulations while another follows a different set. Um, Gender draws for a lot of conflict for people, especially those who do not understand terms like transgender or transsexual. We tend to tie things together because, on a social level, we have already made that tie so deeply that we can no longer separate the two. We often get sex and gender confused, considering sex is a biological factor and gender is the social strata. So, great, really good example. Men. We are told not to really take into considerations our feelings. We are told not to act on our feelings as much. The only feelings that we tend to associate with tend to be those of a rigid, very rigid set, almost robotic-like. While women are able to engage in their emotions fully. So women have been able to develop better because they are taught and they grow to understand their emotions more than men do. We will hop on each other quick for that. So when a man hops outside of the gender role that has been set for him, people will insult him or belittle him or anything of that nature. And then, of course, with women, they have their own gender role that they have to fulfill. They have to be domesticated. And of course, gender falls inside of social. The social changes from culture to culture. So you can go to one culture where it's okay to hit a woman, and you can go to another one and they say, nah, that's not cool. So you see, there's a cultural difference in gender roles throughout every place in the entire world. So, gender, it's hard for a lot of people to understand it because it is so deeply entrenched in our social interactions that we can never see a separation between the two. A woman can wear a dress. A man cannot wear a dress. Why can't a man wear a dress? Well, because the social ruling states that men can't. Because that's what women do. You see, the whole sex and gender part is so deeply tied together that the separation does not exist. The rules are so deeply embedded that it's impossible for us. I can even agree to it because I find myself trying to break down certain things that I have built up. And, I run into little conflicts with terms and understanding things. But the thing is, who does not misunderstand and who is not still a student in this thing we call life? You have to ask yourself, whenever you say, that's what a man does, or that's only what a man can do, or that's what a woman does, or that's only what a woman can do, you have to ask yourself, is this a social ruling, or is this a sex ruling? Because the thing about it all is, when you boil it down to its finer points, a lot of the stuff that we say a man can't do or a woman can't do, they are capable of doing, but the social ruling states that they cannot. Of course, there are certain things that, of course, a man can't do and a woman can't do, kind of along the biological lines. To state that women are incapable of strength is a lie, because mentally they are strong, emotionally they are strong, and they are more than capable of building up muscle strength so they can be physically strong. In the same way, it can be for men. Men can be emotionally strong, men can be mentally strong. But until we break down these lines that we have drawn for ourselves on what someone is and is not capable of doing, we have to look at ourselves first. It's an inverted pyramid. You can never say, I'm going to change the world. You have to change you, and from you, your family, from your family, your community, and from your community, your whole race, and from your whole race, your whole nation, and from your whole nation, it goes from nation to nation until it's the whole world. But these are problems that we eventually have to break down. So this is just my perspective on gender, and as I have grown to understand it.